Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to the third session of Murkier Days in Duskwall, the Pantsless stream that endeavors to explore the filth, muck, and murk of the city of Duskwall in Blades in the Dark. Dun dun dun. Uh, Coming back to the game. Last we left off with this group. We shall go back into a situation where a small cliffhanger was put, and we zoom down through the clouds to the dock district. And in a particularly grimy and damp and dank alley, Boss Lamond and Voodoo had gone and tried to find a ghost, and they just might have. The air is filled with like a chill. Both of you are more attuned to certain aspects of this world than your compatriots may be, and you are both then naturally able to cope with the psychic pressure that the ghost field exerts. And in this particular area, the ghost field is strong. You both have that the rising of the hairs on the back of your neck, and there is a distinct silence that is broken only by the distant lap of waves on the docks themselves and the wharves. Nothing else. The various winches and cranes that fill the docks also seem to go quiet in that moment. There is a something around you. What would you guys like to do?
How you want to do this, boss?
We start with diplomacy. If they want fight, we give them fight.
Hopefully it not come to that. But yeah, I think Voodoo will start humming a low tune, trying to sound calming and pleasant.
Okay. Would how would Boss Lamont Corvus, how would you try and aid Voodoo in doing this? Or would you? Would you have something else that you'd like to do?
They will speak calmly to the presence, to the ghost, and we mean no harm to you and yours. We wish to talk. And
Okay.
try.
I'd say then this could be an interesting kind of opportunity to do a teamwork action. Like, you could, one of you could lead a group action. So each PC being involved would make an action roll using the same action, and the team counts the single best result as the overall effort for everyone rolled. So I'm would this be an attunement, or what? How would you guys like to interact with the moment to ensure that whatever presence is around you is not immediately hostile.
I would think it would be either attune or consort, honestly, or maybe sway.
Yeah. I mean, you tell me, like, the one of you will be leading the role, but it's yeah. So you two have to decide what you want to roll and tell me.
I'll go with consort.
Okay,
Yeah. Is that
that works for me,
all right?
even though I don't have any pips in it.
Oh, okay.
How about sway?
Okay, I have 2 pips in that, so
All right, let's go with sway. We're
This
trying to sway the ghost into not killing us.
yeah.
okay. This would definitely be a risky situation, and yeah, standard effect or possibly even great effect. Give me a rolls.
So that'll be a number of d6s, as many pips we have in that
Yes.
ability.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my highest is a 5.
5. Okay.
Ah, shit. Where would we roll? Goddamn.
Just pull up any dice roller. If you have dice, roll the dice.
Just a sec. Apologies.
5.
Okay. That's a 6.
Ooh.
Yes!
Let's go. Okay.
Let's fucking go.
I don't even have to roll twice. But yeah.
As you say those words and Voodoo continues his humming, the air around you kind of ripples, and from the nearest wall next to you slinks this ectoplasmic, ephemeral, half vision, half tangible form. You're not sure. You both have seen ghosts before. This one seems to be further on in its madness. Both of you know that sometimes ghosts remain if they have a very strong resentment or a purpose that they have to get over. But there is some who can be a little more vanilla in that regard and just be confused and, oh, where did I leave my keys? But this one definitely seems to be of another variety, as it does come up to you and just kind of swoops up.
Is it you? Is it you who killed me? No, no, oh, no. I was going to rip your brains out, consume them, but you're not him. You're not him. Mask.
This is a particularly twisted ghost. It's been around for maybe a bit, or it has particularly strong resentment.
Right. Heed me voice, spirit o' yonder. Regrets be filling ya. Things to do yet be. But friends ya need on this side of the realm. That we could be for you.
Friends. Friends. I've had friends once. They betrayed me. Betrayed!
And the spirit kind of grows, and the distant spark lights kind of seem to dim as the pressure builds. But both of you are capable and have attuned to these kind of fields before. you resist the any kind of effect that could happen. But you do see that, like, in there is a small clump of mushrooms close to a one of the dumpsters in the alley that just kind of seems to curl in on itself and, like, wither away almost. But nothing happens to the two of you. The ghost further goes,
Help! Mars, how would you help me? Yeah.
Well, first you must tell us, spirit, what keeps ya here? Who killed ya? Who betrayed ya? Tell me.
The spirit goes in close, and there's a kind of, like, glitch or a flicker, and this figure takes on, like, for the most fleeting of seconds, it takes on the form of what it may have once been when it was part of the mortal coil. A kind of very mild-mannered looking man with huge mutton chops and like kind of wonky glasses, but that is goes away, and again it turns into this a almost like a shrouded kind of phantom kind of figure with no distinct features, and it's extremely strong resentment kind of curls the hairs on your hands. But yeah, it does turn to you.
Betrayed. Betrayed. Strengthened. Strengthened.
What is the last word? Sorry.
Strangford. Strangford.
Strength.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's the one. He's the one. Stole the map. Stole the map.
And will kind of like twist in on itself, like all of its limbs trying to find new positions to emerge from, as it is caught in the memory of extreme hurt, pain, betrayal.
How can then? How can we bring you to rest?
Strengthened. Captain Lord. Yeah. He hasn't come to the docks in a while. I've been hunting. The Leviathan hunters. I was one of them.
He, like, there is again that kind of flicker that happens, and the mild-mannered man kind of comes again, and there's a shaky kind of face pulls down a sleeve, and you see a ghostly on the hand of the ghost, on the arm, there is an extensive tattoo of a coiling octopus that goes all across. But this is a very different octopus than any what we would know. There are way more mouths than there should be, and a couple more eyes. And the tentacles themselves don't have the little suckers; they have little fangs, and they seem to be coiled around.
I just gotten my tattoo. I just found my place in the fleet. I was going to have a long life, but
Yeah, he seems to be kind of going a little bit.
Strangford, and his goons captured me outside of the parlor. I just got my ink. I was supposed to have
Tuta! And just like yells out, but then comes back.
the map. The map was stolen. The hunting grounds lost. I was supposed to take it, Lady Clave, my captain, but it did not go through. I was a waste. I was laid to waste. I cannot find Strangford. I cannot find the map. My lady needs the hunting grounds.
I think, Great Spirit, our goals may align. For you see, we be out to help with this we problem. We feel the loss of this hunting ground. And if this Strangford be the cause, then we must deal with him.
Corvus, anything from you?
He will be brought to justice. The map will be taken to your lady.
Justice is not my concern. I want revenge.
Sometimes revenge and justice are one and the same.
There is just like a building of rage, and like, the I would say, like, both of you,
We put Strangford where you get him. You get revenge, therefore justice done.
as you were kind of saying that, the garbage container that was next to you is kind of like compressing in on itself. But as soon as you say that you will bring Strangford here, it kind of stops, and like, it had risen a little bit off the ground in its compaction. But as you say that, there's a tunk, and it falls to the ground, and silence as the ghost, the phantom, then turns to you, and there is a flickering, and the old, mild-mannered man with the mutton chops and the glasses. Yeah. You'll bring Strangford to me. You'll bring him.
As we said, man, our goals align. That's why we come here, to find out why the hunting growing less day by day.
Yeah. I've been trapped here. I need to get that to my lady. If she gets the map, the hunters have a chance. And so does the city.
Where would we find your lady? So we can make sure map gets to her.
Lady Clave. She would be in the offices of our fleet on the docks. Ask around.
And there is the form flickers again, and the phantom kind of rises.
Yes, bring strength, bring strength,
And
I will break.
and it kind of, there's a small kind of it's general, like, the air of the alley gets heavier and heavier, but then zip, and the ghost disappears, and all you are left with is the slight chill in your bones and the hoarfrost on your clothes.
Voodoo turns to Boss Lamont, visibly sweating, wipes his brow. Well, that went well.
Went better than hoped. We have name. We have goals.
We have information. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Possibly even more pay from the lady.
Sound good to me, boss.
Okay. Well, so what would the two of you like to do after that? Were you going to head back to the Lamond Manor, or what's the scene?
I would only think to head back, but I'd follow.
Yeah, we need
Corvus's, yeah.
we need to let the others know what we found. So we're heading back. And plus, we should probably get some drier clothes on.
Oh, yeah. That not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Eventually, the frost is gonna melt, and then we're gonna be in wet clothes.
All right. Piv and William, the two of you had left the last drop. And what were the two of you doing?
We're going to survey the town and figure out what it needs. Like the town where the two factions were fighting.
Yeah, around Crow's Foot.
Yeah. All right. Easy enough to get to Crowsfoot itself. What would you have had any, like, as the two of you are heading in that direction, and Biss is just kind of like scarpering between the two of you, and occasionally kind of like playfully nipping at your pant legs. Would there be any conversation as between the two of you as you head to Crowsfoot itself?
Yeah, William would ask Viv, so how did you get involved in all of this? How did you start?
I keep watch for the Mons. And you just go from there.
Okay, so no reason to be in crime, just happen to be there.
Yeah, crazy random happenstances happen all the time.
Fair enough, I suppose. And where did you meet this little fella?
Oh, this buddy. He came up with me from the Isles.
You're from the Isles.
Yeah.
I will. Good to know.
All right.
I'm gonna just bend down and give this, is it? Some scratches.
All right.
I will keep walking.
Going up to the Crowsfoot, one of the central kind of districts of Duskwall. It is it's kind of as cramped and crowded as it is. It's a kind of mix of all of the kind of districts that are around it, like the illicit vices of Silk Shore, the labor and trade of the docks, the poverty of Char Hollow, and the classic architecture of Charter Hall. This district is a patchwork, both held together and threatened to be torn apart by the menagerie of competing street gangs and blue coat squads that claim every avenue and corner as territory in an endless turf war. As you kind of walking through it itself, the streets go up really high. They are multi-leveled kind of areas. There are small little gangplanks that lead across small little bridges that tie across different buildings at different levels, but cramped, dark, and foggy, with all sorts of old manors that have been chopped into apartments, traditional stone houses, smiths, taverns, brothels, butchers. You are in the midst of Crowsfoot. Its dockers are still coming in and going out to work. You do gather that a lot of the blue collar jobs live here in Crowsfoot. It's one of the more cheaper places and still relatively central, so it's easy enough to get to other places as well. Might be a reason why there is an endless turf war. But yeah, as you kind of go around, what specifically would you, the two of you, want to do here to ascertain the information that you do want to get?
So
Bibs?
I had two ideas. Like, one was we could find, like, who was the guy in charge of the, like, your friend at the bar recommended we talk to somebody.
Basil Baz.
Baz. So we could go talk to him, or we just survey around the area and figure out what the pulse of the ish matter is right now, and what they need, what we can provide as smugglers.
Okay.
Are we? Oh, because we all just met up at the Le Mans, so William and Bib would be aware that there's another group going to meet Basil, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's going to be a bit more reconnaissance and seeing what's on the ground, counting numbers.
Okay. Sorry, could you run that by me again?
It's just going to be reconnaissance on the ground, counting numbers, seeing what
Okay.
the folks
Okay.
need. It's what the boss is going to like to hear when we get back anyway.
A pretty good place to kind of go and do this kind of search. There are a couple of locations in, the Crowsfoot itself. Well, 4 landmarks to be more precise. At the center of the district, there is a large and ancient tower that is at the center of a little plaza. And you know that this is Crow's Nest. It's an ancient tower from even before the cataclysm, ancient and towering above the rest of Crowsfoot. It's a ritual sanctum. It's an astronomer's laboratory. It's even a blue coat watch post. But it was all of those things at one time. But it is now the headquarters of the district the district's chief gang, the Crows. They are a slightly more powerful group that is in effect There is to the east and not in the grounds of Crowsfoot itself. There is Tangletown, which was hundreds of years ago. This is one of the massive Leviathan hunter ships that was partially sunken into the river. And since then, many other flotillas and floating buildings have been tied and grappled to this hulk of a ship that rises out of the river itself. It is considered to be a neutral ground, right? There is it's you or would know that among the street gangs of Crowsfoot, there is no violence that is allowed in Tangletown. It's a neutral ground. The third location that you could kind of look up out is the Strathmill House. It's the collection. It is one of the larger orphanages of Duskwall, and all of the lost children and unwanted orphans of Crowsfoot will inevitably pass through Strathmill House. Some are cared for and trained for jobs at the docks and workhouses, but others are quietly instructed in different pursuits and are folded into the many gangs who are always looking for people. The other biggest thing that could be of attention or interest to you is the Red Sash Sword Academy, a large mansion at one which is kind of set apart from a lot of the other buildings that are around it. This is an old large mansion that has been converted into a training school for the falling star style of Veruvian swordplay. The Red Sashes also claim it as their headquarters. And it is a cover operation for their illicit things that they do. So, of these four locations, where do you think that Biv and William would gravitate towards?
I think the orphanage sounds like a good idea. Because the kids
Yeah.
would be spreading around the area would be not that suspicious and like basically would be taken lightly and they'd be able to hear more things around the city
Fair
without
enough.
others worrying about it.
Yeah. Yeah, easy enough. Like you kind of go over to Strathmill House and you see it's a rather large, like, about 7-8 story building. Large parts of it are dilapidated, but they're being maintained as well as they could. But yeah, you see that there are a bunch of children that are older children that are kind of hanging out around outside, playing a little game with marbles. But it would have been marbles, but they don't have glass. They use little shells and knickknacks in place of the marbles. But yeah, what do you guys want to do? How would you guys want to go about acquiring the information that you want to get?
Viv would watch, would survey, if you will. So William, if you want to do any talking, that's gonna be on you, buddy. Keeping an eye out on if they're playing like little games and stuff, and each of the children with a particular like skill set, somebody that Viv would think would be a mark for a gang, that somebody they would want to kind of snatch up at some point, somebody that may have been approached. Looking between the kids to see if there's any like distinct territorial colorings or markings anywhere, just leaning back on the old past
Okay.
knowledges. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So give me a survey roll then. this is a fairly controlled state, and it's going to be standard effect.
It's a 5.
Okay, 5. All right. Um, William, how would you go about it?
So, I mean, I think I'd pick a stick and I'll like grab some sheets of paper that like from my backpack and like try and like on the spot make like a plane type thing.
Okay.
Like basically create a slightly cooler toy than these kids have.
Okay.
And I'll just show it off to gather attention towards me and like get a crowd around me. Get a crowd of kids. So that I can like just check in with them and be like, hey, I'm gonna give you cool shit to play with if somebody tells me what's happening around the city.
So how would you how do you see William doing this, Toshi? Like what of William's skills would he kind of use to do this?
And I'd use Tinker to like craft the plane and like make it look attractive enough, like a toy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say again, controlled kind of place, standard effect. Give me a tinker roll.
I have 2 crosses on Tinker, so that's 2d6s, right?
2d6, take the higher number.
Okay, that's a 5 and another 5. So 5.
5. All right. So both of you get mixed successes. As Bhiv, you are kind of like staying in the corner and taking a look, keeping both eyes on lots of different aspects of the area in front of you. You also keep a ear out, and you definitely know that things are looking bleak, man, and that there is quite a bit of active attempts from both parties to recruit as many people as they can. Blades, guns, it doesn't matter. Both of them, both the Red Sashes and the Lampblacks are looking for people, soldiers, to populate their turf war. And yeah, you also know, like, you do notice that there are a few people who kind of come to this building to this thing, and they wear the pretty standard fare of any other Duskwall person, but somewhere on their person is a red sash that is usually tied around either an arm or a leg, or it could be a bandana kind of thing. There are lots of different variations, but you do also see that these two come to a much more official looking people, and these there's one person, in fact, who looks a little more official, and there is a kind of carriage that does come up, and you see that the carriage is connected to the Eruvian consulate, the diplomatic consulate of Eruvia in Duskwall. And the two red sashes do kind of go up to that carriage, and they seem to, they in exchange 2 letters, and then the 2 red sashes go into Strathmill House itself, and you see that there are a number of the kids immediately kind of either do little quick salutes or scurry out of the way, giving a wide berth to both of the red sashes as they enter. But Yeah. You do almost like, there is a thing of, as you are keeping look, one of the red sashes almost seemed to kind of sense something and like immediately darted a look in your direction, but you managed to get back behind cover quick enough, so to the point where you were in notice. But they they are tense. They are ready for anything to happen. That is the immediate thing that you can get away from them. William, you get, like, there are a couple of names that you get. Like, there is some of this information that you find, but you, given that you are much closer and you're hearing,
Cool, blimey, this is so cool.
and like, there's a bunch of kids that are like, all oohing and eyeing about like the thing that you're making. A couple of them have asked questions, but you also get that the Milera Clev, who is the leader of the Red Sashes, is would have been
Uh, Lady Clev would have been much interest. Tinkers, things like that.
and like you do get the kind of notice that actually, oh wait, we're back.
Streams about.
Oh shit,
Hello, everyone.
were we just talking for a
No.
bit when the stream was completely off?
I think so.
We're not back up yet.
Okay,
Yeah, we're back.
we are back, right? Yeah, we are back.
Yeah,
No.
I can see it. We're back.
Yes.
Okay. Steve, where did we break up? Or I don't know, a minute or two. All right. Shit. Yeah. So a couple of the things that you found out is that along with the contingent of master swordsmiths in their unique style of sword arts, they also have a master alchemist, and that some of the kids here may have been volunteered for a few experiments with the many potions and essences that master alchemists can bring to the table.
Yeah, I'd inquire more about that. Like, what kind of effects, what kind of potions, were there any side effects? Like, basically to ascertain, are they working on like poisons? Are they working on other kind of alchemy options?
They seem to be, I think that would be an entirely kind of different kind of quest if you wanted to kind of like, get more detail on that. But the kids themselves will say,
I had a cough and it just went away.
and there's another one that just does go, "Oh, I don't know, I got a lot of rashes all over, even in the uncomfortable parts," and like, distinctly kind of scratches, unmentionables.
Okay.
But yeah,
Very cool.
but the one other thing that you get from them is that the lamblacks are like, other than being just like, one of the most fearsome gangs of just ruthless efficiency in beating people down, they also have a number of smugglers who are on their payroll to operate their drug trade. And yeah, you also get that, like, the lamblacks are quite unfound of the blue coats. They don't like the blue coats at all, which is not surprising given that they are one of the more violent factions of Crowsfoot. But yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
but
Good info gather.
the other thing that happens is that because of this mass of kids that kind of came over you, any change or any money that you may have had is gone. You were pickpocketed so cleanly that you didn't even not have a clue. You do not even have a clue.
I mean, I'm a broke-ass college student. I did not have a lot.
Whatever little you had is gone.
Cool.
Including your student ID, I believe.
Okay, that is concerning. Cool. But yeah, in exchange for all of the info, I'm gonna give the model that I made to like one of the kids, and I'll teach them how to like make it with basic papers and like sticks around it.
Actually, that is you notice that as soon as you do give the toy off, there is instantly a little tuffle as to who gets the toy, but your move to teach them how to make these things by themselves quietens that down, and you're not entirely sure, William, but you may have acquired a few fans who are just like, wait, an adult who cares about children and wants to teach us things? Oh my God. What?
Future recruits, maybe? We'll see.
You never know. But you have you have a certain, the beginnings of a small reputation with the kids of Strathmill House. But yeah, that's about the information that both of you get. There are a couple of things that both of you have gotten, but yeah, is that it, or can we move to the other two?
Yeah.
About the time, we could go to the other places.
No. As in, could
The other duo.
Yeah, could the other duo?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Viv's just gonna stay quiet, pull William aside, let them exchange info as far away from any prying eyes or ears.
I will say also, with that 5 on the survey, you distinctly notice when William's student ID was getting picked out of his pocket by this little a little smidge of a girl, with suit covered cheeks and the most perfect little ragamuffin that you could imagine.
Oh, I love her. We'll give her a very stern look and ask for that ID back, because we're gonna scold William about this later. Amateur.
Okay.
The little kid looks up at you just the biggest blinking puppy dog eyes.
You just gotta get good, kid. Don't get caught next time.
Oh, rats. Okay. The very desultory pout on her face as she hands the fucking ID back.
Give her a little noogie on the head, let Biss couple licks and plays around, and then
As you kind of turn away from the little girl, the Biv, you do notice that there's a little bit of a fire in her eye as her pout just remains straight in place.
What's your name, kid?
Why do you want to know?
Future reference.
Mildred.
Mildred.
What's your name?
You can call me Biff.
That's a silly name.
Pouts.
It's okay. Mildred sounds like a made-up name, so we can have silly names together.
Aren't all names made up?
Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
So they're all a little silly. But you know what's not silly? Jobs. I might have one for you later, okay?
And like she couldn't be more than 7 or 8. Like she seems like shorter even for that. Like malnourished kind of child. But this little kid, like will you as soon as you hear that, she does the most adult kind of taps the side of her nose and okay. But since you stopped me getting my mark, you owe me extra.
I like the spirit, kid.
Hey, I got to try. But yeah, the camera pans away from a Biss who is looking like her bushy tail is just kind of like no, sorry, his bushy tail is just like snaking the air, looking at Mildred and Bitty. Yep. But yeah, the camera pans away to the last two, Teleri and Samba. What are the two of you doing?
Stream. We went to the thing, right?
Yeah, we are on our way
Talk to that guy.
with Baz and
Indeed,
the
the Lamplacks themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided to go with the other ones because we have common friends and stuff with that.
Yeah. Is there? I can't hear Caleb.
Yeah, I just fixed that.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. All
yes.
Right.
However, on the way, Solari is going to turn to their compatriot. So when we introduce ourselves, you're not going to use your stupid name, are you?
Okay. So this is I am not the one who picked this name. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that.
Well,
you don't pick your own
because
nicknames.
That means you'll use a proper one then, right?
Yes, but you don't pick your own nicknames. People give you the nicknames based on vibes that they see from you, right? It is not my fault that people look at me and they think Big Daddy. Okay, it is not my fault.
That sounds like a fabrication.
How? Why would it be a fabrication when whenever I introduce myself, I always call myself Samba. I never say Big Daddy, but everyone else knows me as Big Daddy. It's not my fault.
I have a second point then, moving on from your name.
Okay.
We're going to take this job, and we're not going to tell Vey what it's about.
What?
She's getting in the way of business. They are getting in the way of business.
No, I agree with them that we do not have to, that we should do our best to not hurt innocents during this endeavor.
And what's the point?
Because we are criminals, but we're not criminals, you know?
This is Duskvol. People die in Duskvol every day.
Yeah,
Hundreds of them.
Yeah, but why would you want to actively contribute to that death count?
I don't.
So
I want money. Power. That's the point of us getting together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Collectively.
We can get
to
money
unify
and power.
Our strengths and weaknesses in order to gain what we want. And in Duskvol, that means scrubbing around in the dirt for gold.
Fair. But we can get money, we can get power, we can get a lot of other things.
No, we can't. You're wrong. This is Duskvol. All of your charity, all of your kindness will only go as far as the next person.
And what is so wrong with that? It is the next person we want to help.
I didn't know I was signing up for a charity service when I agreed to be part of your menagerie of freaks.
It is not a charity service. And we are
Then
not
why
freaks.
are we doing this stupid scheme of trying to help people rather than getting work?
Because what is the point then? What makes us any different from any of the other criminal gangs in the city?
We're not. This is the point.
But that is the point, to be different, to be better.
Why? Why be better? Why be different? What do you get out of it? There's nothing in this town, in this city, that wants you to be better. They are all going to use you, manipulate you, steal from you, stab you in the back. That is the essence of Duskvol.
Exactly. That is because people don't know any better. How do we expect them to be better if they are not shown how that they can be better?
Because that giant ghost wall is going to collapse and we all die. So it doesn't really matter.
Would you
If
rather
you're better or
would you-
worse than someone else. All that matters is survival. And right now, we've spent 2 whole days fucking around, finding nothing out, getting nothing done. And if we keep doing it, we will starve and die. So, when Baz says that he needs weapons, we say, how many?
I agree with you that we need to get a score lined up sooner rather than later. We cannot just keep living off of Le Mans goodwill and money, right? I get that. Yeah, that too. I get that. But we cannot, I do not want to compromise my morals.
Then go take a walk down the alley. I'll go in, get us a contract, and I'll tell you it's for food supplies.
Okay. There is a way to do this to be better. I am not saying we don't beg, borrow, steal, we don't murder people, we don't commit crimes.
No, we never kill people. What the hell are you doing thinking about killing people in Duskvol? You a fucking moron?
What do you mean?
Don't kill anyone. Never kill anyone.
No, but the ghost whisperers, they take them out, right? It's fine.
Oh, because then they get called to us. It's a massive problem. Every time you kill someone, it's more complicated. It's easier to steal than it is to kill in this place.
So then why would we want to actively contribute to people dying then?
Because it makes us money.
It still makes us murderers though. Do you see the flaw in your own logic?
Doesn't matter. We're not doing it directly. All we're doing is taking a box from A to B.
Yeah, and what's in that box kills
has
people.
reached B. It doesn't matter. I'm saying that us as a gang never kill anyone because it makes our lives more complicated on the job. It's not that difficult to understand. I'm fine with killing people. I just don't want to do it because it's practically inconvenient.
I have a quick question. Where would this conversation have been happening?
In like an alley right outside the guy's house, yeah. I'm guessing, yeah.
I wouldn't be having this conversation inside of Crow's.
Yeah,
I think this is in what similar to the opening session.
Mhm.
As we got out of the house and I saw everyone go their separate ways, I then turned and went, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, fair.
Okay. I know we're all itching for a score. Let's go talk to this dude. And we take it from there. Yeah. It's fine. We figure
Just
it
be
out.
aware that no one that we talk to today will have the same self-righteous bullshit running through their fucking little brains. Okay? So when you go to Baz, who's the leader of the Lamp Blacks, do not expect your care, your kindness, your betterness to do you any good here.
I know when I need to be nice and when I need to show that I care about people and when I need to be, as you said, a shithead. I know how to distinguish presenting myself as someone who cares and as someone who's a hardened criminal. I've been doing this for years. I'm not.
Then go prove it to me, or I'm walking.
With tension in the air and a certain weight of conversation, the two of you do the two of you head then to Crowsfoot?
Yeah.
Right. As the it's like a comically kind of a disparate kind of group that is going, right. Teleri is on the smaller side, if I remember. And walking next to like the brick house of a man that is big mob daddy. But yeah, you make your way into Crowsfoot. It wouldn't take you too too much time or effort to kind of find the headquarters of the Lamblacks, because they are actively recruiting. And you, with a few questions here and there, you are pointed towards a particular kind of alley, and you see that ahead of you is a coal warehouse, and this seems to be the operating HQ of the Lamblacks. Normal kind of trade seems to be happening. There is a hulk that is kind of parked outside, and it does seem to be unloading coal into it. And there is a bit of workers, but the thing about these workers is that almost all of them have cautious or batons or daggers that are on their person, some quite in the open, actually. And there is a curious lack of blue coats in this area, because they know better than to walk down these places, especially in their two-man patrols.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, like as you kind of go, and got these questions, you also got the general impression that the Lamblacks are considered to be folk heroes among the working class of Crowsfoot. They are considered to be almost lovable rogues that stand up to the powers that be. So, you are at the HQ of the Lamblacks. What would you like to do?
Do we just approach, I guess, confident, back straight, not trying to look conspicuous in whatever that, and just walk up to them directly and just be like, we're here to see Baz.
All of the workers kind of look to you, and they look to a figure that seems to be kind of sitting on a few boxes, kind of rolling a cigarette in that moment. And one of them just kind of points his thumb in that direction, and they get back to work. And the figure who was rolling the cigarette kind of looks up also. He is a particularly swarthy looking chap, quite thin and quite undernourished himself, gaunt features, kind of sunken little eyes, and but clean shaven otherwise. He also does have a rather conspicuous scar that cuts across the almost the entirety of his face, like from here across the bridge of the nose and to his jaw. And he does look up to you, finishing rolling the cigarette, and yeah, how can I help you?
Fuck, what's his name? The guy from the boat, I forgot his name, mentioned that there might be. We're from the Duskwall Sparrows, and the guy from the boat, whatever his name was above the table, I don't remember, but like his name, hit that. Mentioned there might be possibility of us to work together. So we're here to make a deal.
You got this information from
The
the
gondola.
gondolier, did you?
Yep, I do. We did, yeah.
Right. Well, there's always that. But where are my manners? And he will kind of stand up and mockingly give you a bow. The name's Pickett. I'm second in command. I can take you to boss.
Sure.
He does give you both a kind of look up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Samba. This is Teleri. Yeah.
I do prefer to go by Kigfan or Raven, but yes, my name is Teleri.
Oh, fuck. Should I have known that?
You should have, yes.
Okay, so then I will say Raven then. Okay, never mind. I fucked that.
No worries. Yeah, because you don't really use names in the underworld. You use alias.
This is why I said what I said about your stupid nickname. Is because I'm like, the way that we do business is that we give our code names, and your code name is actively a problem when we try and negotiate.
No, but it's funny though. Do you not get it? Sometimes you have to do things for the bit.
Yeah, I'm fully aware that you're welcome to do your bit. However, my character's bit is that she's a fucking criminal and she's here for fucking work. Like she will, yeah, she's here to make money, and that is it. I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Well, as Pickett kind of looks between the two of you in that moment. Right. Cred Fang, and what is your name? Big man.
Oh, beep, Samba. You can call me Samba. It's fine.
Right. Follow me. And he gets up and he goes deeper into the warehouse itself. And on one of the side walls on the inside, there does seem to be stairs that lead up to this little shack that is kind of built up into the side of the warehouse itself. There is a gentle glowing of a coal lamp that does seem to be coming up. Coal lamp lights that seem to be shining out of the cloudy glass. And as you kind of step up onto the ladder going up to it, I think that's where we will take our break. Steve?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Go do whatever you need to do. Let's be back in 10 minutes. All right?
Cool.
All right. Welcome back. As our two people were heading up to the stairs leading to Basil Baz's office in the HQ of the Lamplacks. One second. Let me get back to that. Yeah. Pickett does kind of knock on the door and, wait. And there is come in. And he gives you a nod and just goes, Wait here. I'll come back in a minute. And goes in, and very quickly there you see like there's a murmured conversation that does go in between as the door is opened again, and Pickett just motions you in. Inside, the office of Bazobaz is slightly different from the rest of the warehouse in general. It does seem to be a little more on the up and up, slightly more like clean and like somewhat more lush kind of seating. There's like an actual sofa in one side, and behind a rather ornate walnut desk, an old antique, you see Basil Baz. He is a rather, I mean, it's not large, but the aura around him seems to give him that impression. He is completely bald. He does not have any facial hair as well. But the man is covered in scars and tattoos all across. There are little nicks and cuts. You see that his nose is definitely broken in like at least two places, and it wasn't set enough properly back in the time that it could have been. But he is dressed in a like quite a utilitarian workman's shirt, has a little vest over it, and yeah, he has just finished pouring himself like a glass of liquor, and he looks to you all and Duskwall sparrows, is it? Yeah. Come on in then. Let's see what we can do. Pickett, make sure that nobody interrupts us for a while, right? Hey, boss. And Pickett goes out and leaves you in, and Basil Baz just motions you to sit down, and he gets up and gives a very suave bow as you do. The name's Basil Baz, where I gather you already know that. How can I help you? Or rather, how can I help you help me?
We'd love to offer our skill set to you. Obviously, you need what you can in your endeavors against the sashes.
Oh, our little pickle with the sashes has become that grand a news, has it?
Friend in the gondoliers sent us your way.
Well, it was one of the gondoliers, and that's probably a good thing. Good friend as was. Not like the sashes. I have something of a problem with the bitch that calls herself the leader. I don't like her, and I don't like the sashes. I would prefer if they were out of the equation. Sadly.
Now, we're we are skilled, but our skills lie in procurement and delivery.
Oh, aye. Those types. Well, that could definitely prove to be good for me. I've gotten a lot of people. I have a number of bodies. And I have blades, but I don't have guns. If you would your skill set lend itself in that direction and possibly aid me in the acquisition?
If you can, if you, yeah, sorry, we'd love to be able to
So hard.
transport anything you need in if needed.
Hmm.
My boat can take us beyond the walls of Duskvol. I have expertise outside the walls. We'd love to enter a agreement in securing your equipment a route into the city. Is that not right, Samba?
Sama just nods. Yes, that is what we're good at. It is our, and we want to be on the right side of this, and we believe that you are the right side of this. So it's only fair that we help out people that we believe in.
No, that's grand. I cannot believe. Can't remember the last time anyone claimed to have faith in me. But that's good.
Yeah, that's
Smugglers.
something that we insist on. We have faith in the people that we work with, because otherwise, why would you want to work with people if you don't believe in them? You know, what's the point?
At that point, he would kind of raise his glass to you and, well, pardon my manners. I should have gotten the two of you drinks as well. If we are to indulge in business, first we must indulge in pleasure. What say?
Always down to indulge in pleasures. Of course, that is why we do this. We do the hard things so that we can do the hard things. You know.
He slams his hand down on the table. Hey, what you say your name was Samba?
Samba, yeah.
What about you, little one?
No, I'll be fine, thank you. As much as I do this work for earthly pleasures, drink is not one of them. I like to keep myself sharp for the jobs ahead.
Professional's professional. I do appreciate that. You both, Bazobaz would offer whiskey to Samba, and for the sake of brevity, he basically points out that there's no need for you to go outside of Duskwall just yet, but he knows that there is a shipment of firearms that have been kept to the side, and in the district of Coleridge, it is in a particular warehouse that is quite close to Galax Station itself, the main railway station that does connect Duskwall to the other territories of the Imperium. And it has a decent guard that is around it, and that there are possibly there is possibly some Eruvian connection to this warehouse itself. And he has given you the task of getting the guns out from that warehouse and into his.
Sounds extremely doable.
Right. And he would have given you all he would have shaken hands, and because Bazobaz is a man who understands a lot from people and how they shake their hands, so he would have insisted and shaken both. And well, come and see me when you get the job done, and let's see what the future holds for us. Yeah. And both of you go out of the Lampblack HQ. You do see that kind of, as you kind of go, Pickett is in the corner, at the bottom of the stairs, kind of looking up at you as he is finishing a cigarette, and gives you both a tight nod. and drops the cigarette and squishes it under his foot and walks off. Do the two of you go back to the Lamont house? Because now you have a score in mind.
Have a score.
Yeah,
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
let's go. All right, we will immediately cut back to the Lamont house. All of you are gathered in the office, and Gerard, as usual, has at this point he's kind of starting to give up, but like not entirely. He does leave a platter of teas and biscuits and scones and crumpets, and he does kind of give you all dirty looks as gives one last pleading look towards Lady Lamont. Would that be all, Mix?
Now, now. I may have something that only you can handle later, but for now,
All right. He gives you a bow and closes the door gently, but with the slightest, most subtle slam that indicates that he is displeased with the affairs at hand. You are all left in the office.
Teleri is helping herself to both the tea, the crumpets, and the scones.
Same. Samba is hungry. It's I think the biggest thing is like not being trying his hardest to not be what's the word for it? Fucking the to not be overtly extra with this badass person has taken a lot of his energy and willpower. So now he needs to eat.
subtle.
Yeah.
Trying to be subtle.
Conversely, I think the enjoyment of the food is not what Teleri is interested in. It is the luxury of the whole thing. So you might just be eating, but Teleri is putting a lot of delicate work into how she stirs her tea, how they drink it out of the cup, how they put the clotted cream and then the jam on the scone. It's all like very delicate and intricate.
The ritual of it is more important to Laurie than the end result.
Next to you is Biv, just literally.
I can prepare the food for you if you would need, Fitz.
Yeah.
I've used the wrong name, haven't I? What's your character's name?
Biv. Yeah.
Biv. Fucking hell. Biv. My notes are not with me today. I'm going to shut up now.
Might go in faster, so yeah, sure.
All right. The Duskwall sparrows are gathered. There is a score in mind. Is there any conversation that you'd like to have before we go into our first score?
Yeah. They would bring up and explain the situation of what happened with the ghost. And kind of like just to give you guys visualization, kind of like a Pepe Silvio board with all the res string and everything.
Okay, let's go.
So,
can I just clarify? The ghost worked for Lady
Clave.
Clave.
C-L-A-V.
Yeah.
Not Clev. K-L-E-V.
Right, two different things. Cool, thank you. I was mixing them up in my head.
Yeah.
Cool. That is awfully similar. Yeah, I think I don't know if Samba will have said anything, but when talking about this gig, Teleri will only say the contraband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also, before, like during prep or whatever, so about this ghost thing, are we gonna help this ghost get revenge? Is that the vibe, or is that a thing we want to focus on in the?
I got a question about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lady Clave, as in like the Lady Clave that does the red sashes,
Different
as
people.
in
Different.
different. Okay.
That's
different.
a different. Yeah, entirely different.
And how is that one?
So.
Clev and Cleave.
Yeah, clave and clev, or like that's how it would be.
Yeah.
It's essentially CLAVE, and there's a one which is a KLEV.
I don't particularly care about this lady, but a map to a new hunting ground
Yeah.
is definitely something we should follow up on. But it does seem like a much more of a heist than which requires a skill of breaking and entering and retrieving. It's not really our style.
We shelve that for now. We focus on the contraband first. Maybe we
Yeah.
get leads into second job.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we can
Exactly.
deal with those that disgusting name. What was that the veiled? We can ask them to do it for us. It hurts me to even say that name. Anyway, let's do the
You are going to talk.
again. They
But
picked their name.
with-
I did not pick mine.
You know, you
I
can
didn't
change
have
your
a
name.
choice.
No one's going to be upset about you changing it.
You can't just change
You know
a
what?
name.
You know what? Next time we do an agreement to a job. Use Big Daddy and see how far it gets you.
No, you know what? After
With-
we're done with this job, I will go back to them and I will tell them that my name is Big Daddy, and then you see how much of an impact it has going forward. How about that?
Let's go.
With-
I
with
love the
Lady
confidence.
Clev. Lady Clev, you say she is has Eruvian consulate connection?
No, absolutely not. We are confusing two characters' names who sound similar. They are completely different things. Lady
CLAVE.
K.
CLAVE is
Can we
the
just
captain
do
of
Lady C
a-
and Lady K to make it easier for
yeah,
us?
Lady C and Lady K. Let's go with that. Lady K,
C,
Lady
Ghost.
K.
Lady
Yeah.
K, Crows.
red sashes. Red
Yeah,
sashes.
red sashes.
You said Eruvian consulate connection?
For the red sashes.
I can work with. I can work with in day job.
We don't want to be
Possibly.
involved with the red sashes.
Yeah.
But not like that. Not like involving us. More like what is word? Blackmail is I think is right word.
I am happy to smuggle contraband. That
I
job
can
we do.
I can keep trouble from us by
Oh,
threaten.
sure.
That could
I threaten-
definitely be a thing.
Do
I keep-
your thing.
I keep trouble from us by pointing Eruvian connection. They not give us trouble.
Oh, I see. So you're planning on using people's hatred of the Eruvians to keep the heat off us.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
This is a good thing that we all agree is good.
I tell Eruvians they no cause us trouble. They keep red sashes on tight leash. That help lampblacks get
Good,
upper
good
hand.
luck with all that. It seems like a lot of work to do for very
Is
little
my-
result.
Makes our job easier if red sashes kept on leash.
Yeah. Sure. This politics business isn't really my area of expertise.
Is mine.
I usually just
You
get in and out of buildings.
focus on doing what you do best. I focus on what I do best. Helps us both. Yes.
Sure. These are really good scones. Where do you get them? I thought that food was really limited in these days.
Gerard is amazing. Amazing cook, amazing baker, best man ever.
That can't be true. There's not many good men in the world.
Well,
Gerard was first to respect me being not man or woman.
Ah,
So
surprised they
Gerard
consider
is
it.
best. So Gerard is best man.
It's a fair assignment.
okay. So now we get into the heart of the score itself. Now, you have been given the location and you know the building in which it is. You know it has some guards and there might be a Eruvian connection as well. That was the little bit of information that you got. So you can now, I will ask you as to, there are 6 different paths that any crew can take to deal with a score. You can either go, there are the plan of engagement, right? It can be, you can either go assault, you can go deception, you can go stealth, you can go occult, you can go social, or you can do transport. You have to pick one of these things, one of these routes as to how you want to accomplish the goal. And then I will ask you for a detail, right? So, for example, if you're doing a straight up assault where you want to do violence to a target, I will ask you for a detail, which is the point of the attack. If you want to deceive people and lure and trick and manipulate, I will ask you for the method of deception. If it is a stealth where you want to trespass unseen, I will ask you for the detail, which is the point of the infiltration itself. An occult, which is engage a supernatural power, the detail which would be required would be the arcane method that you're going to use to accomplish this. Social, being negotiating, bargaining, or persuading. The detail is the social connection that you would need to have to do this. And transport, being carrying cargo or people through danger. The detail would be the route and the means of doing so. So of these plans of attack or engagement, which do you all think the Duskwall Sparrows would do?
Transport, right?
Annoyingly, the transport is the second part of our our mission. Really, the first objective is to get the gear that we are taking out and then escaping with. It will probably end up being actually 2, unless it depends on how you want to run it, Addy. This is probably just our procurement of the thing we've then got to get into the right area.
Yep.
So stealth means we've got to sneak into this warehouse. It might be a pain in the arse to stealth it, because how are we going to transport it all without being noticed? So what we might want to do is use deception or social to get ourselves in under the someone
Under
with
the
social connections.
guise of getting idea I have is scope checking out warehouse to see if it would serve needs for a quote unquote legitimate business, maybe.
Or just say that we're here to move it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If we're here to move it.
We've been told we're here to move it. Here are some papers that have been signed off.
Yeah.
Here's some money to keep quiet.
Yeah, some money to keep quiet. That kind of vibe. It depends on what our social characters feel like they would be able to accomplish. If you think that you can get an in with the because this warehouse is connected to the train connections, right? So if someone had connections with the council, maybe we've been asked to move, they could get a fake form that says, or a real form that says that we've got to move this equipment from A to B.
I could probably do that. I could probably get us that.
So this would be deception.
I think deception's probably our way to go.
Yeah, I
Sounds
agree.
good to me.
All right. So the deception is the plan. What is the method? What is the particular method of deception? Which is like, to clarify, you want to go and show that you are the ones transporting the guns to where they need to go.
We have the approval and everything. The
Okay.
proper we've gone through the proper channels and all that.
Okay. Now we will get straight into it. I am now going to roll something called an engagement roll. This is essentially a fortune roll to decide how and how your score starts off, right? Let me now, how this would usually work is that if you had acquired specific information about this particular place, you can still go ahead and do that if you want to, because there is usually an engagement roll is it's just a 1d6, which is just that. But if is the operation, do you guys think this operation is particularly bold or daring? Does
We're
it
walking in, telling these people we're taking the objects out of here with permission,
Yeah, fair.
without absolutely I would argue that's pretty bold.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
is.
I agree.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. All right. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Salia is an information broker, right? She probably would know which groups have permission to
Yeah.
enter, which groups have access, and maybe even information about who's in charge of the facility, in case we need to do some serious blackmail talking to stuff.
Yeah.
Bribing. Knowing who to target in case things go south.
Yeah, the whole give me your wallet, I know where you live kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Fair. So I will say that that would have given you an additional. You do now. So because of the because it is a bold and daring plan, I'm going to roll 2d6s, and your Salia's contact would have done something, but there are enemies and rivals that are also operating in the situation. So I will remove that die as well.
Oh, nice.
And I am going to roll for it. Let's see.
So we need a high roll or a low roll?
High
Ooh, okay.
We need a 6 or a 4 and a 5.
Unfortunately, I
Fuck off.
rolled a 3.
Fucking hell.
Oh, no, me.
So that is a
This is my fault.
bad result. You are in a desperate position when the action starts, and that is what happens. All of you are you've gotten off you've gotten off the boat. No, the host and the host, as how it is said, you are on a dock and you are talking to this person, and he is just transport, you got any papers?
Papers. Yeah, I'm made of paper. Reach into the thing, pocket, pull out the documents that we forged using Salia's help, and show it to this guy.
So now this would be how a flashback would go through, right?
Nice.
So since like in most things in Blades in the Dark, you go straight into the action, and anything like these kind of things would be done through flashbacks, right? So,
We also all need to pick our loads.
oh yes, I completely forgot about that. I am sorry. Damn.
Sure. Let me pick my load. Okay.
All right, Steve, get off Pornhub and get into the game, would you?
And stay
Yeah.
off Red Hub too.
Yeah, everyone, please take what kind of loadout would you have as you kind of go into this, each of you?
So I had a question regarding the leech loadout.
Mm-hmm.
I get like one of the items is a band, bandolier of like alchemicals. Do I just have those alchemicals, like 3 alchemicals from the band, or do I need to have crafted that shit? There is a list, and it says that when I pick that in my loadout, I can use 3 items from it, like one at a time, of course. But
you'd have these things. You'd have one of these things, like So for the next time, you might have to do in your downtime. You might have to refresh your stocks, etc. But that is definitely something that can be done.
Got it.
What constitutes an unusual weapon?
Something like a whip.
Why is it
Again,
unusual?
right now you're not. All you're doing is picking between 3, 5, and 6. If you have a 3, which is a light load, you do not appear to be loaded with anything. A 5 looks like you are geared to do some work, and 6 means that you are visibly you are.
I understand that in my load list, there's an item called an unusual weapon. I don't know what that means.
It's something that you tell me how it is, how it is unusual. You tell me what it is.
So it wouldn't be something common like a gun, a blade, or a baseball bat, right? It would be something uncommon, like, let's say, a trash can, right? That's an unusual weapon. But how would you carry one? It's like that would be like my immediate example of an unusual weapon was a trash can, or like pepper spray,
sword,
some shit like that.
Weird. It can be like a weird sword. So, for example, if you've got a sword that has a elephant as its handle, that's an unusual weapon.
Okay, I'll have to think about it. Never mind.
I'm gonna go medium. I think medium is what I'm thinking.
No, I'm wrong. Ignore me. It is a weapon. It's not a blade.
Regardless, we're still while pretending to be there in official capacity, we are expected to escort this cargo. So we would be expected to have some amount on us.
Exactly.
So would it be weird to be heavily loaded? Would it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially
if our deception works, yes. If our deception doesn't work, it will become more and more suspicious.
Yeah.
I'll go with normal loadout.
Okay.
I would be going light.
Okay.
That's mine.
Normal.
Normal. All right. Samba.
Going medium, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's what it is, right? Yeah.
Normal.
My bad.
Normal.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah. Voodoo.
Yeah, I guess normal. I just don't know what exactly, but yeah, normal.
I mean, so essentially, you can have 5 blocks of things with you.
Yeah,
right?
You only use
I
them
understand
often you
that.
use them.
Yeah. Coming back to the moment where the first flashback happens, what would you have done for this, Samba?
First, I would have tried to meet up with Salia and just be like, so about the Salia is the one who told us about the Leviathan thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Just gonna be like, right. So spoke to the team. Turns out that the Leviathan thing is a little out of our skill set at the moment. The ship's kind of a mess. I don't think that ship is ever going to be fixed, but it's kind of a mess right now, and we don't have the equipment or the resources to deal with that just yet. But the plan is to work up to it and eventually get to a point where we can afford to do that. In the meantime, found another score. Could use some help with information about it, and then give her the name of the warehouse and ask her if she knows. Just be like, yeah. So do you know which groups have access to this place? Who the man in charge or the woman in charge is, the person in charge is, any other shenanigans we would benefit from, all of that shit, And of course, we pay you in cash or kind if that's what you're looking for.
Okay. I'd say that is it's a complex action. It is going to take Salia some effort to have done the forgery of these documents. So
Oh,
I
she's
would
going to do the
say,
forgery as well. Okay, great.
yeah, she's going to arrange for the forged papers, right? So I'm going to say that is going to be 1 stress for you.
Okay. I already have 1 stress. I don't remember what from, but okay.
I think you aided somebody in a
Oh yes,
role,
you're right. You are right.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Is there a role for this to see if it goes well, or how does it work?
No. It's essentially like, you do pass on the papers, and though there is a distinct kind of this thing, I will say, like, to convince, like, there's one thing about, like, just handing papers, but you might want to add some more convincing to the situation. So I would say, like, maybe some, I don't know. I mean, do you think, like, in this situation, additional words from the crew might aid in the process? Or do you want to just trust and just hand over the papers straight up?
No.
Someone should make a sway attempt.
Yeah. So when I
I will.
talk to
And I'll also sweeten the pot by offering some additional funds. We were given orders to give bonus as well
We don't
for your
have.
assistance.
We do not have all the coin in the world. We have 1 coin.
No, but this is from Vay's personal funds.
Does that mechanically work? I don't believe it does.
Yeah.
It did.
You
But
wish
I wish
it
there
would.
was like.
You wish it did, but that's not how Blades works.
Yeah, that, unfortunately. I mean, hey, this is all a deception. So, like, this could go with that. So, but yeah, I personally think that, like, this would be a good point to perhaps do a sway roll, like, to add in. So, like, yeah. Does someone have to say anything to do that, or do we go straight into, like, handing over the thing?
Yeah, who's got the good sway shit? I have nothing in sway, so
I've got 2 in sway. Maybe name drop whose orders we were under to get it.
That could be definitely a thing. Voodoo?
Yeah, I mean, I do have 2 pips in sway as well, but
yeah,
I'll
go
leave
for
it
it.
to Boss. I think Boss Lamond.
I don't remember who had the authority to, or if was that even mentioned.
We don't
Who
know.
had been-
Like we
Yeah.
have not.
Yeah.
If you want to find out who actually has authority, that is either a flashback or it is just knowledge that your character already has because we are mid heist.
So,
Yeah.
in the first documents, whose signature is there? Like, that person probably has authority, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that's
so the thing is, like, you were given a letter which was sealed, right? So you would not have been able to see who it was, anything of that sort.
You can just pretend you're part of the council. Just pretend you're part of the council.
Yeah.
The council have authority over everything in Duskwall. We're here under. You could even no. You could use your Lord Strangford's name. You've already heard about Lord Strangford. You use Lord Strangford's name.
I have no idea of Strangford's position. He's a lord, part of the council.
He's a part of the Leviathan hunters, but yeah. So I mean,
He's powerful enough to own a boat and be
Yeah.
in charge of the Leviathan hunters. He's really powerful.
Yeah. We are here under Lord Strangford's orders. He is worried about the gangs getting ideas and wants everything relocated to safer location.
all right. Give me a sway roll. Would anyone want to aid in that?
I can aid.
All right.
So
Do one more.
I take a stress,
Mhm.
and do I have to roll anything?
No.
I would be the
yeah.
one rolling.
You get
Okay.
an extra die.
Got 5 on the highest.
A 5. So there is he does kind of right. Oh, wait, not here and of this, but okay. And he takes the paper and he does kind of like look, and it seems to be official, but there is a niggling little thing in his head, and it's like right. Mark, help these people load it up while I go and check in. So he is kind of going to send off a little telegram, like those rapid text kind of things through the ciphers, and try and get information about this.
Does he have to do that from his office?
He does have to. He's going back to his office. Yes.
I
Mhm.
will.
His ass.
While the kind of group is beginning to load,
Mhm.
I will follow him towards his office,
Oh.
and I would love to do that without him noticing.
Okay.
So could I roll some foul, please?
Sure. Please do. Let's go.
Here we go.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Nice.
We are
Okay.
rolling a lot of 5s today.
Yeah. You do seem to like the way you go about it is like you are quite silent. The foreman in question does not have much idea that you are following him, but there is a an attempt to evade his gaze. You had to kind of quickly dart between a tower of boxes, and unfortunately it was not enough to completely ghost past them. There is a kind of clutter as the box does fall over, causing a bit of ruckus. No eyes on you yet, but there is a little pause as he looks back and yells out to workers to clean up that nonsense. We've got work to do. So some of the workers who are helping you put the guns onto your vessel have moved away. So it is going to take a little more time for this to happen. What do you want to do? Is there anything else others want to do to kind of change or influence what's happening right now? No? Okay.
Not for me.
Help move the stuff.
I'll hand as I see Teleri is following him, I'll hand Teleri a dart, like, dipped in, where is it? What is it? A dart dipped in trance powder, just in case she needs to use it to get out of a sticky situation.
Okay.
You've
Out
given
of
me
my
what?
loadout?
What's
Yeah.
you giving me?
A dart
Knockout dart.
dipped in trance powder. Yeah, knockout dart, basically. Trance powder
great.
induces hypnotic trance.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
you can use it to get out of a sticky situation if you need to.
Yeah, Tileri, as you Raven, as you are following the foreman up to like the office, you see that he does he doesn't just open the door, he knocks and then goes in, and there is definitely a thing of, yes, we told you not to disturb us. We have things to discuss. What is happening? And sir, I don't know what's happening, but like apparently orders have come through from the city council telling us to move the guns, and that is not possible. That is, wait, what do you mean? And you kind of like, you have enough of a position to notice. You see three individuals who are much more darker skinned than the Akarosi that are working here. You definitely clock them as Iruvians. And they seem to be getting up and starting to come out.
Cool. I will. I've only got one of these knockout darts, right? Or hypnotic darts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to drink the silent potion vial that I have.
Okay.
Now, this will negate all sound within 10 paces of the drinker for a span of several moments.
Okay.
I'm then going to shoot one of the workers with the dart who is currently moving a big box.
Okay. 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 To what end, though, if you don't mind me asking?
To make them drop the box and make more of a mess.
Oh, easily done. Like the dart fires off, and this chap just goes, drops, like, with the box on top of him. And there would have been a scream of pain, but like this man is high as fuck and he does not know. But
does the box make noise so that the foreman and the guys coming out the office see it?
Most definitely.
Cool.
And
I would like to slide into the office behind them.
Okay. While you go into the office, the rest of you who are on the dock of this warehouse notice that there are more commotion has happened, and more than the guards who are kind of like walking around with a few rifles. You see three you see that foreman and three Iruvian gentlemen go up to the chap, and there seems to be work has kind of ceased at this point because they are going to go and look after their fallen friend because they're trying to get it off him.
Do I recognize any of the gentlemen?
No. Easy enough to say that these are not anyone to do with the consulate or whatnot. You do notice that one of them does have a red cummerbund kind of like tied around his waist, a red sash.
So someone was supposed to be guiding us towards the stash, right?
I'm sorry?
Mark was supposed to be
workers are
taking us
moving.
towards the
Are moving.
stash, right?
Yeah. The stash. It's the movement of the weapons has already started. Like couple of boxes have been loaded.
Oh, okay.
Like one box has been loaded onto your boat. I'd say that
Okay.
there are
Got it.
10 massive such cartons that are there as part of this stash. One has been moved onto the host already. There are two more that are on the wharf and are would have gone into the boat, but those workers have kind of run off to help their friend. There are still, and the other boxes are kind of there. So it would take two people of decent strength to move one box. So as that commotion is happening, do you guys want to start taking boxes and get them there into the host, or
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what we should do. There are 5 of us. We can start loading
Yep.
2 boxes at a time.
Okay, that quickly starts happening. Teleri, we go back to you. What are you doing in the office?
Okay, I would like to, using my what is the communication device? Is it a
It's a Morse code
thing?
Yeah, it's a Morse
Yeah.
code thing.
I am going to cut some of the cables out of
Okay.
sight of
Okay.
the device. Yes, I'm going to try and attempt to finessely cut at the wires. What I
Yeah,
just did there, guys, is an expert way of trying to convince the DM what skill to roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a finesse roll.
Literally hacking the system.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2 6s, baby!
Nice.
Oh, crit,
Nice.
crit. So I will say, not only do you cut the wires in such a way that in no way is this foreman going to figure out how or why. You also do pick up in that kind of this thing, when you went behind the desk, you do see that there is a a little sack there, and you quickly look into it. There is 1 coin in that sack itself.
Cool, I'm going to pocket that.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
But as you okay, what are you doing after that?
Is there a tannoy system?
Is there a?
Tannoy system.
I did not get that word.
Tunneling?
Tannoy. Can I use
okay.
a speaker system within, or is that too advanced?
Oh, it's a little too advanced.
Okay. Is there bells
Yeah.
for different kinds of alarms and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, so you could have you could have a bullhorn kind of thing. It's not going to be too much louder, but it's going to amplify your voice a little bit. But as far as
they're fire alarms.
No, not in the slightest.
I think I'm just going to have a little bit of a poke round to see if I can find any documentation while I have this moment.
Okay. Cool. I would imagine that would be a survey. Is it?
Yeah, I'm going to survey around very quickly.
All right.
And I'm not going to push myself. I'm just going to see what happens when I have a look around.
All right.
That's a 6.
Are you fucking kidding me? That is 3 6s back to back.
Very quickly,
pretty good.
you do notice that you find a ledger, and you do notice that the shipment of guns has come from Eruvia to go to the Red Sashes.
Oh shit.
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that piece of paper and I'm going to attempt to make it back to my crew.
Yeah. As you do that, the person outside has kind of been helped, and you have gotten two more boxes inside the host. But at that point, the three Eruvians, including the one with the red sash, are booking it towards you, walking very intensely. What is happening? This is not a plan.
Can I try and attempt to book it to across like I assume I'm on a higher level now because they've gone down to the floor.
Mhm.
I'm going to try and book it to see if I can beat them to the crew. Can I do some Assassin's Creed shit?
Parkour.
Parkour. Gonna parkour.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's definitely going to be a roll.
Yeah, can I roll some finesse to finesse
Yeah,
my
sounds it.
dexterity
Yeah.
away through?
Makes sense.
I got a 4 and a 6.
Fucking
So
guy.
that is
Damn!
another fucking 6.
These
Holy
die, gang.
shit.
They're fucking great.
Damn, son. That's rolling 4 nat 20s in a roll. My God.
No, it's not. The maths is way more limited.
Way different. Yes. But
Yeah.
thematically,
One nat
that's
20
what
and
you do.
2 dirty 20. One
Yeah.
nat 20 and 2 dirty 20s.
This is much better than my D&D session on Monday.
Describe for us how Teleri does this.
Yeah, so I think that Teleri, I hadn't mentioned this, is that Teleri had gone to this heist in disguise because normally she wears like this whole black thief attire. She showed up today in like a waistcoat and a shirt and like brown trousers and is wearing a little flat cap. Looks like she's a boat driver basically. So she kind of unfurls, she takes the flat cap off, puts it in her pocket, and just bolts it across like the walkways. And when the walkways runs out, jumps over the side and jumps from box to box to try and make it down before the Eruvians can arrive at there.
Yeah,
and then I like
fair enough.
quickly hand the ledger. No, I don't hand the ledger. I show the ledger to I guess the best choice would be Zahn. Like I'd go, look at this. To kind of transfer the information over that this is Red Sash gear, and that if we were moving it, we might want to pretend that the Red Sashes have sent us.
Okay.
But like that's basically the is like I don't have enough time to speak, and also I probably my silence has probably ended now. But like,
Yeah. Voodoo like
and points at
grabs
two
it.
Eruvian men heading over.
Vaguely understands, and he's like, "What about you?"
Sorry, who are you
Yeah.
saying that to?
To Letty.
Okay.
I'm not a speaker. My job is to fucking sneak around and find shit out.
Okay.
You're the one who speaks a lot.
But I
Fucking stop this from going wrong.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
We said we were here from the council. The council have no authority over these weapons. This is specifically a shipment from the Eruvians to the Red Sashes.
He just gives you a thumbs up.
I don't trust Vey to fuck this up. Go.
Oh, that's just mean.
They would like to start positioning themselves just somewhere, strategically around these boxes where we can take potential shots if it comes to this.
Line of sight. Fair
I'm not the
enough.
only one who doesn't trust us to fuck this up. Look.
When you went running off to the office, I was like, okay, we're gonna stay and help load boxes, but truly the best course of action here is just finding a nice little shot point. This is all we're good for.
Easily enough. As you kind of saunter over to the side, the three angry Eruvian gents are walking up. The one with the red sash in particular is, what do you think is happening here? This is What authority you have?
So Voodoo
Mhm.
takes on a different accent,
Mhm.
and he goes, greetings. We are here simply doing our job. What issue do you have?
Job. We not hear about any job. This is for specific purposes. Charity for a particular cause. What right have city council to do anything here?
I see. That was merely a test. You see, we work for the same charity, and Voodoo is going to take out a white linen cloth. He's going to sort of make a small incision in his hand as blood drips into the cloth, and it goes completely red, and he simply holds it up in front. I hope you understand.
You cut hand and yes, it's red now, but that does not prove anything. And
The ladyship sent orders. We were to use council paper. Lady sent orders. We deliver because situation getting bad.
I would say that I think primarily this would be Voodoo's.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah,
and I will
fair.
take a stress for that.
All right, you take a stress to aid. Voodoo, how would you like how would you go about convincing? What if you were to ask for a role in the moment? What would you want to use? To do this?
It would probably be a sway. Yeah.
All right, give me a sway roll. Add another dice to it.
Awesome.
Go for it.
Just a sec. God, where did that die go? What the heck? Excuse me. Oh, there it is. That's a 2. That's a 4. 4 is the highest.
4
Mixed success.
is a mixed success. There is the red sash in question does kind of, after hearing Lady Clev his name, as I did not hear about this. I insist that you hold here while I need to send the code. And he is going to head back towards the office. The other Eruvians have now you know that one additional little thing that I did not mention about these two is that they have these massive scimitars that are in belts on their waists. They have taken out the scimitars and they are holding them kind of at ready kind of position. They are increasingly suspicious, and there is the red sash is going into the office to send code. What would you guys like to do in that moment? Wait, Biv, you had something you wanted to do?
I was saying that's just book it.
How many boxes were there, and how many boxes have we got on the ship? We've got 3 boxes on the ship.
3 boxes on the ship, 7 boxes left in the warehouse.
Cool. I know that the transmission is not going to get through. Are they stopping us from moving the boxes, or are they just stopping us from leaving?
Like the moment any of you kind of go close to the boxes, the 2 Eruvians they are singularly not speaking, but they kind of step closer and they bring their scimitars out and wave you back away from the boxes.
I'm gonna walk up to the big one, who looks like they're in charge, and just be like, all right, big man, here's the thing. You can do your due diligence. I completely understand that. It's very important to get the information from the people. But we are on a timeline here, right? How about you let us load the boxes onto the ship? And when the transfer comes through, we will not have wasted 2 hours waiting for, or however long it takes for you to send a message, and then for them to hear it, and to get to the people involved, for them to send a message back, and for you to get it, and then come report to us, and then it goes on and on and on. And like, you don't have the time for it. I don't have the time for it. Just let us do our job while we're figuring it out. And then, hey, you know what? If shit happens, and if the people in charge are like, no, fuck you, we didn't send 7 people to do this job because of course not, then I will personally lift every single box and put it back. How about that? And I'm going to put an arm on his. I'm going to reach out and gauge the reaction to see if they're okay with it. Put an arm on the shoulder and be like, You're a big, strong man. You should help us. Like, and maybe there's other things that you can help me with too later tonight. But like, that's not the point, you know. And there's so much we could be doing. Why are we fighting when we could be? You know what I mean? And am
I wrong, Steve, or are you trying to sway this person?
I was trying to consort, if that works.
Oh, fair. This could I could make this into a consort. Yeah, fair enough. Give me a consort roll.
I would love to go up to the second guard and do the same routine and take a stress to help.
Fair, perfect.
Like look at his muscles and go, these must have been sculpted. Sorry, she's in disguise. She has a different accent. Oh, these must have been sculpted by the finest craftsmen in Arabia.
This is great.
Yeah,
let me
please.
I get 3 dice then, right?
Yes.
That is my.
We are a bunch of horny birds.
Hello.
Clearly not interested in men. However,
that's a 1, a 4, and a 6. Let's go. The last one.
Let's
was a 6.
go. They kind of right. Might as well save time if you. And the other one just goes like whatever, and like they do actually start aiding you in putting the boxes onto the host, right? But Biv, as you are keeping, so I would say at this point, a couple of minutes pass, but there is you are keeping an eye on the rest of the warehouse, right, Biv? From your viewpoint, you do see that the red sash has thrown open the door of the office, and he is about to shout something. He looks like he's going to be shouting something. What would you like to do?
I wish I had one of those fancy hypno darts.
I could.
No, but you're helping. You're because you did not tell me that you were keeping an eye on this thing. So yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
I will alert Biss, who would be with me, to go go get everyone's attention, get the crew's attention. I will keep my shot lined up if necessary.
He is definitely about to start screaming something. You can tell that he has anger, visible anger on his face.
If you can just get attention to me, I have the perfect thing for this.
I like I said, we are sending Biss over towards the crew.
Yeah, Biss does go over to the others and does start yip, and but the this moment is only for Biv. What's happening?
I mean, we're on the hunt. This guy's gonna ruin our plans. I have blue coat training, so I would assume, this is a threat and a danger. We threats and dangers. And I've already had very express told by other people that killing people's fine. That's what I heard in that meeting.
Oh no.
In between scone bites.
Jesus Christ! After the effort we put in.
Yeah. All right. Describe to us, Biv, what happens in the moment.
I mean, we've got our yeah. I don't know how guns fully work, despite being American.
I do
We would-
have an
I
ability.
can explain how guns work.
Yeah, fair.
I do have an ability that allows
Mhm.
me to expend my armor slot
Mhm.
to subvert and resist the consequences of being detected.
a good hustle. I respect it. But in this moment, it is not going to come into play.
So yeah, this would be Biv has been on the hunt,
Yeah.
and
Do
he's
you?
gonna
I'm
line up a
assuming.
shot.
I'm assuming, like, yeah, you had a light load as well, right?
Normal.
You had a normal load. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You have your long rifle. In this moment, but you do know that, like, as soon as you make the shot, like,
Fuck.
people are going to be alerted. So would there, I'm going to give you a thing. Would you want to have any sort of flashback in this moment? Any of you? There are endless possibilities of things that you could do as far as flashbacks. Like, you could have like,
There's burglary gear. Could there potentially in a burglary apparently is a very hard word for me to say right now. Be like a silencer of sorts.
most
Dude.
definitely, like, that sounds
Hell
like
yeah.
fucking cool.
You're
Yeah.
saying that there's silencers and blades in the dark? Are you mad? Do you know what you've just done?
It's a great movie.
Yeah. I have opened a whole can of worms. Let's go for it. I will say I will say this is going to be an elaborate action, because this
Okay.
is a very special item that you have acquired. This is going to be a 2 stress flashback. You have you've put the word out. You have gotten your hands on a rather exquisite silencer. Yeah.
I'll take 2
Not
stress.
sorry
It's
for
fine.
what I just put in chat.
And yeah, you take the shot, and it's easy enough to kind of you whip your coat back, the rifle comes and it's back in the coat almost as well. I will say, like, just to not make it too easy, I am going to ask a roll from you to ensure that the others in the warehouse do not notice you doing this.
Okay.
How do you think Biv would go about doing that?
So been alluding to the hunt of it all. So just trying, or even maybe prowl. But yeah, the hunt of it all. Just trying to get in a good position where we're getting the higher ground, keeping an eye out. Keeping the scope and stealth.
Go for it. Give me a hunt roll.
That's a 6 and a 3.
The 6 is what counts. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, in the time that a leaf would have fallen across your face and gone to the ground. That's all it takes. It's one smooth movement. You step back, your coat goes flying, gun goes up, and like it's back in with a little twirl, and no one is the wiser. And the red sash's head kind of explodes in a small little pink cloud. And that is, and no one in the this thing noticed it. All of you do see that now that has happened, and
Mm-hmm.
now I think the only thing that occurs to all of you is like, keep their eyes here while we get the thing done. I would say, like, yeah.
The real thing is, do any of us notice this guy fall, or is
Uh,
Bhiv the only one who sees it?
no. After the thing goes off, and with Biss coming and doing yip yip yip, you all kind of do look up, and you do see that has happened.
Yeah, Biv is informing you all that they have made a decision and are doing things. Like that was the purpose of the pet. But
Uh-huh. Okay.
I
Fuck.
don't. Teleri
Uh,
just jumps into action. She starts running back the way she came to try and get to the body.
Oh no.
I'll
They
call the
will.
two people who are
Yeah.
the
How
Helping you.
far are we along in loading the host?
So right now you are, I'd say you are 7 boxes in, 3 boxes left. And the 2 who are helping you are, there. William, you had something you wanted to do with these.
Cool. So yeah, I'll call the two, like, just to keep their attention on me, and I'll just be like, you do, and I'll flash my ID that they've so graciously got back for me, intentionally keeping my name covered with my finger, and I'll just be like, so along with these muscle, I've been sent to inspect the quality of the gear just so that you aren't the gear isn't rotting away in your storage. So both of you point me towards the crate and help me open and inspect it, and be around just so I know who to yell at.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What does that sound to you as if you were to make a roll for that? How would you want to go about doing this?
I'll take out my tools and I'll start equipping my goggles and stuff. And can I use Tinker just to keep their attention on it? And I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with the equipment that we're smuggling.
You know what?
Flaunt my skills at them.
Let's go for it. Go for that.
Cool.
Is there something that the talkers of the group want to do to aid in this process?
Yeah, I'm not a talker.
So just for context, am I trying to distract the 2 Eruvians?
Yes. Yeah. And there are a couple of other workers as well, right? So they are all kind of on the wharf right now. The 3 boxes that are left are kind of near the entrance of the warehouse. So to go back to get those boxes, they would turn around and they might or might not see the body.
I have not been able to concentrate for the last minute because of Callum.
They will draw attention. Where's the guy who got hurt?
He's on the upper floor next to the office.
No, I mean the one that dropped the box on himself.
Oh, he's
when he hit with the dart.
He's inside the thing. He's been kind of there are a couple of people that are kind of trying to get him up, and they're addressing his wounds and whatnot. So yeah. Zahn, did you have something you want to do?
Yeah, sure. I'll just simply clap my hands and be like, excuse me, I would have your attention for a moment. I would simply like to
thank all of you. You are all doing extremely wonderful work. You have no idea the importance of this cargo for the charity it is going to. It is extremely, extremely valuable, and the work you are putting in is not congratulated enough. It must be given recognition. And I'm gonna give this bullshit speech for like a while.
Wow. What role would you be doing in that?
Does consort make sense?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
consort or sway, but like consort could work.
Yeah, either way. If sway is better, then I would
Yeah.
go with
Yeah.
whatever makes sense.
This is, I would say, this is a desperate, this is an extremely desperate.
Is it really?
Yeah. This is a
Imagine
desperate
that.
role. This is a desperate role because this is going to keep the attention of the people where it needs to be. So, is there anyone who would like to aid in this role?
Fuck it, sure, I'll do it. I'm gonna help out. I already have 2 stress. What is one more? Go ahead.
When I have a stress, that means I roll 1 less die, or how does that work?
No. It doesn't. Stress doesn't affect the number of dice you roll. That's fine. Like when somebody else takes a stress, you get to roll an additional die.
No, I have a stress.
That doesn't affect the rolls at this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then yeah, okay. Oh, 6.
You don't need to. You don't need to. It's a.
You win.
Yeah, you roll.
Yeah.
The only reason that you could roll the other dice is if you get a critical, which is if you get another 6.
Yeah, that's why I was fishing.
Yeah, let's go. Did you get another 6?
No.
Okay, easy enough. All of these hardened dock workers are they haven't been thanked for this ever. One of them is actually like confused because he's kind of sniffling. I feel pride.
Backbone
I don't know
of this workforce. Without you, nothing would be possible. The city would be in shambles. You are the reason that Duskwall still exists to this day. Without you, we would all crumble to ash and dust and be forgotten. You are the reason. And he goes on and on and on.
One of them just cries. It's like, I wish my mother could have heard this. Raven, what's happening with you as you are heading back to the office?
Wait, Raven is heading back?
At the body.
Am I rolling for the thinker check?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll pick the crate that the guy that fell. Like specifically, I'll ask them to pry it open.
Wait, that is back in the warehouse. Do you want to turn attention back in the warehouse, or do you want to keep it here?
No. I was talking to the 2 big guys, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, them I was taking. I would take them to near where moving the cargo, I guess, because that's where the fallen crate would be. And I'll start opening the crate and inspecting the weapons in front of them, just to be like, hey, you two keep your eyes here, not towards the fucking office where there's a dead body.
Yeah, fair.
Wait, we don't? Nobody else knows how to fucking navigate the ship, do they?
Fly the boat, yeah. No one. You lose a die if I don't pilot it.
Okay.
Don't worry. I thought about this when I went up to. As I was saying that, I was running up. I was like, "Oh, hold on a minute, fuck."
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how we get out of this.
What did you roll?
I just rolled 2 once.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh,
Luck had to run out somewhere, right? We can't just keep rolling 6s.
Yeah. There is
the gun's gonna explode.
there is.
What also might cause us a problem is if they sees that these are guns.
the box does get opened, and immediately all the workers around are just like, "What the fuck, guns? What?" They immediately kind of start moving back. The two, the Eruvians who have opened it are kind of looking at you, and like, given that this confusion has kind of happened, they are starting to look back towards the office where their red sash did go. At this point,
You
I will
lied to us.
go. I
You
will go
lied to
back.
us all. And I'm going to try and sway the workers into fighting fighting the two guys.
Okay.
Tileri, in that moment, I will say, you would have
I
gotten
seen-
to the.
Have I gotten to the body yet, or have I
Yes.
seen the box open and given a second to reconsider?
You said you booked it immediately,
Yeah, I
right?
booked it. I did book it.
So I will
I
say, to get away from the rest of it, I think at least you would you have wanted to do this stealthily, or would you have wanted to just get the fuck there?
I was hoping that distraction was going to be enough, so I don't think I did it. I think I did it fast, not stealthy.
Fair.
So
fair.
Mhm.
You
I
get
think
to the body. I think that's
Yeah.
the reason you get to the body before all of this happens. What would you like to do?
Is the office empty?
Yeah.
I'm going to drag the body into the office.
Okay. There is still a bit of blood that is kind of splattered.
I use a cloak from the subterfuge kit to clean it up.
You know, I'm just
Goddamn professionals.
I'm just going to ask. Give me a fortune roll. Give me a straight up d6.
That's a 4.
Okay. You managed to get this. There are some, red splatter there, but you have removed immediate evidence of the dead red sash. But as you do this, all of you in the area just hear a kind of bell that starts ringing. Bling, 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 bling. And
fucking kill people.
And there is a.
Can I throw a punch at one of the Eruvians?
Oh, sure. Why? What do you want to do with it?
I would
That's
like
not
to
a boxing
use.
bell. That's a ghost bell.
Hey, knock his ass down. Buy us time to get the fuck out of there. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
And
how would you do this? That's going to be a roll.
I would have to use. I'm gonna argue for finesse.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
yeah, fair enough.
I at least know how to throw a fucking punch.
Yeah, and there are areas of the anatomy where finesse would have more impact. Yeah, fair.
And I was aiming for the guy's jaw. I got a 3.
That is a failure.
Or yeah, that's a failure. Fuck.
Yep. Your hand just clocks this guy, but this guy is built like a tree, and in fact, it is
He's still like Samba.
He's a quite large chap. Yeah, your wrist starts hurting, and he just looks confused at you, and like
you cover this up. You lie. Say it's mutual. It's aid supplies, but it's weapons. You're a shit human being.
This guy is he's confused, he's angry, he's frustrated, he's looking at you. The other guy has kind of started going back to the office, Yeah, sorry, William, you had something you wanted to do?
Yeah. In this moment of confusion, since I was like right beside these guys,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out a syringe, like out of my bandolier. Now I'm gonna use what is this shit called? Fuck. I just had it. No. Something that induces, Black Lotus, alchemical drug.
Ooh, that's some crazy shit.
And stab him with it.
Their day just got a lot worse.
Stab
Yeah.
him with it.
Their day
And
got
what
worse.
And what this does is it induces coma.
Yep. Kova is
God.
this dude folds like were you doing on the chap who was going to the office or the chap who was confronting Boss Lamond?
I mean, if I can get both, I'll get both. If I can get one, then I'll take the guy with like in front of Lamont because I do not want immediate retaliation on Lamont.
He collapses like a sack of potatoes that has been dropped, and there is but the other guy who is kind of walking off hears the brump and turns around and sees you with a syringe and fucking lifts his sword and is going for you. Is there something anybody would want to do?
Somebody show this guy.
So I would like to ask, what exactly constitutes demolition tools? Is it just a large sledgehammer? Is that it? Or does it also include explosives?
Fuck yes.
There are
Go for
explosives.
it, decap, Steve.
There are explosives, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use my demolition tools and I'm going to chuck one at him and like, hey, catch.
Bro. Okay, slight caveat on that. I'm standing right
Demolition
beside him.
tools are a
You what,
And
sorry?
so is Way. Me and Way are standing right beside him. You're
No,
throwing
this is the guy
explosive
who
on us.
No, this is the guy who went
No.
away, right?
Yeah, he's
The demolition tools
Yeah.
Which
is
one?
a sledgehammer, iron
The
spikes,
guy
heavy drill,
the guy
crowbar.
that got dropped was the one squared off with me. The one that saved Samba is throwing something at is the one who was going toward the office.
Yeah. What is the
What
is the thing in the demolition tools? Just so that we can
A
play by the rules.
sledgehammer, an iron spike, heavy drill, crowbar.
Okay.
Damn it.
That's what you have. That's what you
Never
have.
mind then. Wait.
You're just shoot the fucker.
Go for his knees.
Yeah.
This has gone tits up thanks to some people. So
You're acting like it's my fault.
I'm not acting it's anyone's fault, apart from everyone but me.
Yeah. The guy is coming, like he has pulled out his sword and he is swinging it. What would you guys like to do?
Okay, I'm going to use
Boom.
an unusual weapon then.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Unusual
pull
weapon.
out, reach into my pocket, pull out a bottle of alcohol. And I'm going to look at the others and be like, all right, I guess we're doing this then. I'm going to light up a Molotov and I'm going to chuck it at him. So this bottle of alcohol, it already has a rag in it. It's already been doused with alcohol. And I'm just going to turn around. I'm going to pull it out. And because I'm so fucking big, you can't tell, right? Pull it out, light it up, and just look at the guy and be like, who brings a sword to a Molotov fight? And I'm going to chuck it at his face.
I'm not even going to make a roll for this. As the Molotov cocktail explodes on the chap and he starts screaming, you all also notice above you, with the consistent bloom, 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 there is a white spectral crow that seems to be circling the warehouse itself. All of you know that this is a spirit crow and the spirit wardens are very much on their way.
Could I have some actions to respond to the body?
Yeah.
I'm happy to wait till after this all plays out, but I would like some time
Okay.
to do
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah.
It's up to you if I do it now or if I do it after you deal with the fighting.
The fighting is more or less done because as soon as the cocktail splashes, the dock workers are like, the fuck? And they're just like, scrambling backwards. They are booking it. The comatose Eruvian is at Lamont's feet. There is one who is screaming and running for the water and trying to jump in. Tileri, Raven, what would you like to do?
So I'd love, and maybe this is a flashback.
Okay.
We aren't friendly with the foghounds, right?
No.
No, we are
Do
not.
the foghounds have some sort of identification? A mark?
Let me quickly check that. If you wouldn't mind, give me a second. Do-do-do. 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 Foghounds.
Are you suggesting what I'm thinking you're suggesting in that we try and frame them? We're trying to frame the foghounds.
Why frame the foghounds and we can frame the veiled though? That is the real question.
We could frame who?
The veiled.
The veiled, the other group.
Yeah.
I don't think my character knows they exist.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we are going. I am 100% down for framing the foghounds.
All the wraiths.
All the wraiths. Yeah.
Yeah.
The foghounds, in particular, no, they don't seem to have a specific thing. But I'm free to let's make something up.
But the wraiths have masks.
The wraiths do have those masks. Yes.
I think in a flashback, I procured myself a illicit mask from that belonged to the wraith.
That is going to be a much more complex thing. I would say that would involve a role as well because you have to steal a wraith mask, right? How would in this flashback, as you would have gone to Silk Shore, you would have found a small little hideout of the wraiths. How would Raven have gone about doing this?
Addy, I've got a really bad idea.
Do it.
I love those. Let's go.
Larry is looking for other employment. So
wow.
Offering their services as a smuggler and had attempted to kind of say, listen, I'm currently part of this shit show gang and I'm looking for a way out. And I feel like you lot have a certain kind of quality and expertise that suits my talents. So I would love to be considered in future. And during that conversation, have pickpocketed someone's mask.
You are one ballsy motherfucker.
How would you have gone about doing it? Would that be is that a finesse or?
I think this is a finesse.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. That's a 5 and a 1.
A 5. Okay. You do get the wraith mask, but there is a little thing that has also happened. You will figure out how that has come.
Yeah, I'm sure that will come up later.
Yes.
This is yes, ballsy and annoying. However, I am fucking trying my best to deal with a bad situation because someone shot someone.
Yeah, you
So like
have
even
you pull out
even
the wraith mask.
Teleri, how many stress is that flashback? 2
That's
or
2.
3?
Yes, that's 2.
Teleri is fucking like Teleri was genuinely getting that mask for herself and is now like having to go, fuck, I guess they leave masks as calling cards. This doesn't make any sense. Fucking fine. And then I take a knife and I stab the window
Okay.
so that it looks like he's been assassinated in his office.
All right, fine.
And then I get out the door, see all of this chaos, and I run the length of the upper level fails, and I Assassin's Creed jump onto my boat.
Give me another finesse roll. Back on the wharf, as the other Eruvian has jumped into the water to douse the fire that he has been put on, there is one more box that is left. Easy enough for Samba and Voodoo to get it and onto the boat as well. All of the dock workers have run the fuck away, and
That is fine.
Mhm.
That is fine.
and
They're the innocent people that Ray wants to protect. So that is fine that they have gotten the fuck out of Dodge.
that is interesting. Yeah. As what is the finesse roll, Teleri?
4 and a 6.
A 6. Damn. All right.
These fucking dice. They got their own little
Easily.
box. It's lovely.
Let's go. Easily enough, you make your way back to the boat, to the Oast, and all of you get on. 10 cartons of guns are on your vessel, and you do hear kind of sirens coming from upriver as you do. I mean, you all know that spirit wardens have to get to places quite quick.
We got to book it. Absolutely booking it out here.
I wanted.
What the fuck?
There's a thing that I am. The guy that I Molotoved, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the use of a spirit bottle? Like, you can capture a spirit of someone who's just died, right? But like, why would you need that?
Because spirits have purposes. They can be used for different things.
Interesting. So I'm going to turn to Boss Lamont really quick and be like, hey, can I borrow one of your spirit bottles for this guy that I just Molotoved? Or is that something that you're not okay with?
He hasn't died. He was on fire and he ran for the water. So he's very badly injured and burnt.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Then the other guy is too far away. So then never mind. Let's just book it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Can we also drag the comatose guy on the ship and like take him to the black lamps
Oh my god.
as like a offerand? Because this guy was involved with the Red Satyrs, right? They would love a person along with this cargo. So we can tie him up, take him.
Yeah. And this guy is out. So yeah, no, easy enough to do. You contraband it is.
Jesus Christ.
All of you get onto the Oast. Teleri starts the complex process of getting it started. I am sure Raccoon or William can help.
Yes.
I love that. So when I showed William how to get the ship sorted and rolling, I showed you a really long, complicated process of taking the wheel off, tiggling some wires, doing all this stuff earlier. This time, she literally gets in, moves like a couple of wood panels from beneath her feet, slams down her foot into something, twists it, and it starts going. And you're like, what the fuck's this?
Yeah.
That wasn't the thing that she did earlier.
All of you get
There's
onto
a
the boat.
difference between starting it right and hot wiring.
Yeah. All of you get onto the boat, and the host pulls away from the wharf and you start booking it. As you do see another vessel kind of coming right, going past you downriver, upriver as you are going downriver, and you do notice that it is a vessel that of the spirit wardens, and they are heading in that direction. Yeah, you guys have completed your first score.
Fucking barely.
Let's go. Somehow.
Jesus Christ.
The dice were not on our side.
Yo, I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, that was a huge number of sixes. There were fives.
We did
crazy.
very well on those dice rolls.
Yeah. But
I think it was. I'm not going to meet you. Yeah.
But yes,
we got 2 coins then, right? One for the score and one that Tillery picked up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Tillery hasn't.
That's
let
not how
anyone
coins
know.
work. You
how-
can't have individual coins. You've got to have.
Yeah.
It's all crew coins.
It's a group.
Nice.
Though Tillery genuinely considered throwing it in the water afterwards because she was so frustrated at the way that had gone.
No, but it was
yes.
fun though, right? We killed a guy. We
No,
put someone
do we
else on
get, like,
fire.
a bonus for
Hey, Callum loves how fun some of that was. Tillery is like, why the fuck am I working with these absolute fools?
Denver is
Callum
highly entertained. Vay is nursing a headache right now.
Yeah, it's but yes, as the host plunges into the mist and fog of the river, heading back up to where you want to go next. I think that would be a good point to call the session, but you have just finished a score, right? Yeah, and we'll do the XP thing and all that after the thing. Because I don't want to do that in stream. But yeah, as the Duskwall sparrows disappear into the fog and mists of the river, the camera pans back up to a brilliant and large moon that illuminates the night. And yeah, that is where we will call the session. So thank you for joining in with us. As always, I have to give it to my table of wonderful players who are chaotic and a lot of other adjectives, but I will give it to them to introduce themselves and where the people of the internet can find them. And yeah, I give it up for Denver.
Hey y'all, I'm Denver. I play Vay Lamond, aka the Whisper, Corvus. And you can find me on Blue Sky as Dendinius or here on Twitch as DJD20.
All right, Mr. Toshi.
Hi, Toshi here, William Frost, and you can find me on Instagram at Coffee and Tosh.
All right, Uri.
Hi, howdy, thanks, hi, I'm my refits, and I've been Biv, the murderer, for you today. You can find me across the internet as Caesar Slot, either on TikTok or Blue Sky. I've eliminated the other places. That's what I got for you right now.
Let's go. Calum.
Hello, I have been Callum and will continue to be so. You just won't see or hear me ever again because this was too much. Unless you go over to Theatre Callum at Blue Sky. I am running a Vampire the Masquerade game every Thursday evening for the UK time. It's whatever time you are in the real world at House of Dreams, where I'm also part of the producing team. There is other things I'm doing that Steve hasn't announced yet. So that is look out for Pantsless tables near you soon for more information. Apart from that, that's me. I'm goodbye.
Steve.
Hello, hi. My name's what? No, I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless tables and other related things. We have some really cool stuff happening in the background. Merch is around the corner. I'm just trying to figure out these last minute fucking logistical details that are fucking with me. But we are almost there. Also. Bunch of cool stuff happening. We have 2 casting calls open right now, one for DMs for our Pantsless Pride 2025 charity event, and one for Denver's D&D campaign module, which is Tyranny of Dragons. We have 26 applicants for that game, and I'm freaking the fuck out because I don't know how we're gonna select people for it. We also probably, I'm gonna announce this tonight anyway, but we have an affiliate code from Soul Muppet now. So if you want to buy anything from Soul Muppet, you can use that code to give us a 10% discount. No, give us a 10%. What's the word? Finder's fee, marketing affiliate code thing. You don't get a discount. We get 10% of the sale. So
we get money. You get nothing.
Yeah, you get fuck all basically. Yeah, but hey, you get the book and you get to help us out. So win question mark.
And why would we get a code from Soul Muppet? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, totally doesn't have anything to do with something that Callum and I are cooking. That will also be announced by tomorrow, most likely. It is there is a lot of cool stuff happening with us. Over the next few months, I'm very excited about all the shenanigans and chaos we get to do. On a personal note, I did my first voice acting gig last week, and that was it's in the self promo thing. I'm gonna also attach the time code to it, so if you want to go only see my thing, or instead of having to go look for it, because it is like an hour long thing. So yeah, just be able to navigate that is a problem sometimes. But anyway, that is all from us. Thank you all for being here and for playing this. This was fun. Yeah, back to Adi.
And certainly, last but definitely not least, Zahn.
Oh, Zahn is not here. Zahn left earlier. He said it was too late and he was running out. So he sent a message in group. So.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Clearly, technology has not served its purpose to alert our DM.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, that is perfect. And last but definitely not least is then me, Adi. Hi, folks. I am Adi MK. I do things on Pantsless tables with or without pants. Well, that is still unclear. But I do those. I am also on House of Dreams as part of the Season's Oath, a Wanderhome adventure. I also am DMing a homebrew D&D 5e 2014 game called The Tides of Atlantis, which you can see on my Twitch on Noonlight Creations. You can find me at Noonlight Creations on Instagram and Twitch. and RVMK on Blue Sky. Though I haven't really done anything on Blue Sky, but yeah. And you will always find me here at Pantsless Tables running Murky Tuesdays and Murky Fridays as we continue indulging in our Blades in the Dark experience.
Hell
But
yeah.
yes, those who've been watching, thank you for joining in, and I hope we entertain.
Yeah, we're gonna go raid out to the Misadventures League. They have just started their their
I love those guys.
what's it called, the Misadventures in Magic,
Kicks off
the
rooms.
college years thing. Episode 4 is
Yeah.
running right now, where you will see three people who are part of Pantsless community as well. Agent P, Rice Cakes, and Laura aka Bard are as well as let me get the name right, as well as Shelby. No, Leah. Sorry, Shelby is the character name. My bad. We haven't had a chance to play with them yet, but I'm very excited to. And yeah, so that's where the raid's gonna go. See you all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.